This is Kyle from Stretch Zone, y'all. So tell him thank you, everybody. So let me check out this view here. Let me get situated. So we're gonna go ahead. No one here. It's just me. It's Sunday afternoon, so we're not breaching anybody's health concerns. And Kyle gave me permission. If they need me to delete it, I'll delete it. But I think we'll be okay. And then let me just put my socks on because everybody has to wear socks when they do this experience. So you bring your fresh, clean socks and you take a fresh, clean shower so the practitioner can enjoy you on their table. I brought water to help my lymphatic system be nourished while I'm cleansing out anything. So here we go. We're not gonna talk. I'm just gonna let y'all watch, okay? So here we go. He's gonna strap me in. So how are you doing today, Kyle?
I'm doing awesome. I can't complain.
Good. How long have you worked here?
I've worked for Stretch Zone for a year. I just moved here from Louisiana.
Oh, welcome to Texas. Oh my God, welcome to Texas. All right, so where do you want me? My head here? Okay, I don't need these. All right,
Do you
so.
have anything specific you want to work on or anything?
No, last time I was here, my hamstrings were tightest,
Okay.
and my quads were good.
Okay.
Is that good? My quads were good. My hamstrings were tight, and I do something called rebounding every day, twice a day, which is like a little mini trampoline.
Okay.
And I've done it for 96 days in a row, and so that works your, ankles and your knees and your legs, and it's a cellular workout, so I should be pretty limber. I'm not that tight.
Don't seem too bad. That's interesting. Okay. So, like naturopathic health.
Yeah, I believe in natural. I mean, herbs, I just talked about herbs today because last night I went to a gong event, which is where they play like gong, gong, and that moves, yeah, it moves energy in the body. And so I was there in this small space with a bunch of people, like 40 people. And so when I came home, I took some herbs that boost my immune system because I was like, people were coughing in this small space, and I'm like, I don't really want my immune system to have to fight so hard, whatever that was, whatever people were, because the gongs were working. It was moving people's congestion, out of their body. So I knew what was happening. So I was happy that the gongs were helping them, but I also didn't want to be exposed to breathing all their cough,
Yeah.
So I just took my immune system support and went to sleep, got a good 9 hours worth of sleep. So anyway, one of my goals is to be able to sit Indian style comfortably.
Okay.
And I can, I like what you're doing because I can see it's supporting that hip muscle, the hip, flexors or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is why I bought the package, because I knew that y'all stretching me, 5 times would be closer to reaching my goal of sitting Indian style than if I was trying to do it myself,
Way harder. Yeah.
I know, and I can tell they're tight, they were tight last time, but this is only better, because I wouldn't do this.
You stretch at home also?
No.
Also, you want to stretch at home?
No.
Okay.
You want me to?
Yeah,
I need to, probably, right? For my health, I should.
It's good for you, yeah.
I know. Can you tell me what stretching, why does a person, when you took the certification or whatever, did they teach you, what the cells are doing so as to why you need to stretch?
Not necessarily. We more so cover blood circulation.
Okay, can you tell me about that? Because I want to I'm the kind of girl that needs to know why in order to be committed to something.
Okay.
And so I want to hear, what are all these benefits that I should be giving my body by stretching even at home, not just with y'all?
Okay, well, for the most part, blood circulation is important. You need blood to flow into every muscle, every
limb. I mean, it's
Right, gets the
you know?
oxygen there too, right?
Exactly.
For
So,
healing.
you know, a lot of times we go through life, we get stiff, we get lazy, eat all types of bad foods, and then of course the circulation
Guilty.
poor. We all are, you know. But when you do this, stretching as often as you do, or every day, you're able to get the blood flowing, you're able to feel better, and when you feel thirsty.
No, I'm good. I don't feel pain.
Check, okay.
No, 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 no,
Okay, good.
no. Closer. We're getting warmer, warmer. Okay, it's not painful, but it's a stretch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stretching. So what, you think that's good? Did I stretch further than you expected me
Further
to?
than most people, yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
good, woohoo! I wonder if it's all my rebounding.
I never tried that. Here's what-
You want me to tell you why you should?
Yeah.
Okay, so NASA did a study. You know what it is, right? The little trampoline?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, so here's the deal. We have a gravitational, first of all, do you play basketball?
I used to play basketball.
Okay, so you got a lot of jumping in your life when you play basketball, so you use the soleus muscle, which is behind the skeletal bone and also in between the calf and the skeletal bone.
Right.
So that is an activated muscle when you're jumping. But here's the deal, NASA did a study of rebounding, and because it's a different type of exercise where you're going against the gravitational force of the earth,
Right.
because you're going up and you go down, it squeezes your veins and your lymphatic system. So when you jump up, you're weightless, right?
Right.
And that's when your lymphatic system opens and all the lymph fluid pushes out of the body with the open gates. When you come on the down bounce and you hit the mat, it squeezes. So this is the pump, 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 pump. And you do that 100 times, you're pumping your lymphatic system 3 times faster than when you just walk.
I never knew that.
I know, and so why do the astronauts do it when they come back from space? So I've already done all this research, so I could talk about it to my channel, but it increases the lymphatic pump flow by 3 times. And so if your body is constantly cleaning out cells and replacing new cells at night when you're asleep, you gotta push all that out to have the clean and healthy cells take their place, the dirty cells and the bad cells. And, okay, so I feel that. I'll let you know. So anyway, the NASA did the study, and when the astronauts are in space for 6 months, they lose, and anytime they're not using their muscles, they're losing the atrophy of their body. Their bone density decreases and their muscle strength and muscular system decreases by atrophy. And so they come home and they put them on rebounders because that's the fastest way to build bone density and muscles, because you're going against gravity, so it creates impact, 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 impact. But even though it's an impact, it's the kind of impact that like an elderly person can do, because the springs on the trampoline absorb all the pain because you're not jumping on a hard surface. And so the springs disperse all that impact, and so your joints don't take the impact. Like if you're jumping in a basketball court, your joints feel it because you start hurting. But, right, so you know what I'm talking about. Even if you're a runner, eventually runners have to stop because they get injured. So this book that I read called it was from 1980, The New Miracles of Rebounding, discussed how all these runners and all these people who did major sports ended up having to incorporate rebounding to keep their bone density and their muscle mass, because it's a cellular workout. When you jump on the trampoline, all the cells have to get activated and they go, attention sir, yes sir, what do you want me to do sir? And the reason they get activated is because you're on an uneven surface, and so the body wakes up and says, oh, Lydia's on an uneven trampoline, we gotta make sure we keep her upright and stable. So everybody gets to attention in your body, and those are 75 trillion cells that are coming to attention to activate and show up for duty, sir, you know? So I talk about this on my channel, and I've been demonstrating how an overweight person, because I was 30 pounds heavier, can just do this little tiny health bounce. I'm not even jumping off of the mat. I'm just doing a little pump, pump, pump jump. And I'm getting bigger, stronger muscles. My bone density is increasing and my ligaments, and nothing's sore, because if I walked or ran, I would be damaging my body. And so I wanted to do something. I just turned 55 this year. And I know, thank you. Yeah, because I've been taking herbs since I was 30. So I have slowed down my aging by doing antioxidants and herbs every day in my daily life and my diet. And so now I have this channel to help like when I was 30, nobody wanted to believe that the herbs were making me look youthful because I was young. So how did anyone think that, they're helping? Now that I'm 55, I look younger than my 55 counterparts, right? Right, and so now as I become 65 and I become 75 and I look 55, people are gonna be taking notice. That's why my channel's getting ramped up, because I'm showing people that even if you're overweight, you can still be healthy, because I don't take any medications. I'm not diabetic, I'm not blood pressure, I have no known diseases, and I just attribute it to what I've been doing for the past 20 years.
Paid off.
I know, yeah, well, and I'm gonna tell that story, write a book or something. But I like to do things like this because it's a way to support your body along the journey of wellness, So, I mean, I'm never gonna do this kind of stretch to myself.
You can't, it's hard.
I know. And I mean, I'm not even hurt, like, you're not even in a pain point, like, that feels like kind of nothing, So that feels better, that's more of a stretch right there. So, yeah, but I have been, not stretching my body in a long time. And so when I found this place, y'all, offered the one free trial to kind of do the assessment. And I recognized that I could benefit from, I think George did my first.
George Greer?
Probably, that hurts. Wait, let me pull my sock down. It's falling off. Okay, there you go. I want you to have to see my
What's
feet.
your favorite herb?
My favorite herb. I would have to say white willow bark, and you know why? I know, because people, it's basically an ibuprofen, so it helps with anti-inflammation, and if you have a headache, you should use it because ibuprofen and aspirin tear up the stomach lining, but the herb white willow bark doesn't tear up because it's plants, so plants rarely tear up the body because we're all synergistic with the plant kingdom, but a lot of people don't think about that when they're popping other man-made products, right? So, but I think about that, and I've been around. The one thing that attracted me to this herbs concept was when I got introduced to these people. They were like 70 and 80 years old, and they were all lively and vital and healthy and not sick. And I was like, okay, I was 30. So when I was looking at all these 65 and just 85-year-old people, 90-year-olds who had been eating this way for 15, 20 years, I was like, okay, they got something on me here, and I want to be like that when I'm 65 and 70. So the alternative was, people weren't showing me that there was a better alternative. They were showing me sickness and ailments, and I used to be a medical sales rep, and so I used to sell oxygen and pharmaceuticals to like ibuprofen and
That's a big switch.
what?
That's a big switch. Like.
Oh yeah. Well, I was 20. I mean, I got into medical sales as a young sales rep because I wanted to make money. I mean, that was where the money was. But I soon found out that it was the sickness industry. It wasn't the wellness health industry. They weren't healing people. They were just selling more and more drugs, and they weren't trying to heal you because there were solutions to stopping the drugs, they just weren't teaching it. So I decided I wanted to be on the other side and teach people that there's freedom, because I believe in freedom for my life.
Right.
And so I wanted to teach people that there's freedom around your body and your health, and you don't have to be this, you don't have to be at the mercy of, God, the financial burden of being sick is so big. Golly, some of the medications are like $1,000 just so you can stay alive. And that's crazy. They're like forcing you to choose life or your pocketbook, right? I know, yeah, like some of those EpiPens, those things that people are allergic. I mean, it's crazy. I don't even like that whole thing, it irritates me to think about it. So my channel is focused on giving people alternative solutions. And I also try to bring hope and inspiration to the channel so people believe there is another way.
Right.
Because a lot of people just feel devastated in their illness,
Just a lack of education, that's all they're unaware,
Yeah, I know. Well, no one's talking about it. That's why. So let's talk about you. What part of Louisiana are
I'm
you
from
from?
Baton Rouge.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've got some cousins that live there. But they moved there from Dry Prong, where Alexandria,
Yeah, I know exactly.
Dry Prong? Over there by, what is that, Grant Parish? That's Grant Parish. So my grandmother had a house in my childhood. We used to go up there all the time to go see grandma. And then my dad, his family is from Shreveport.
Okay, so.
Yeah, north.
Like north.
I know, north, yeah, up there.
It is neat.
So we would go up to Shreveport for stuff, and I would spend summers, at my grandparents' house and visit. Before, like, they moved here in the 80s, but before that, in the 70s, when I was like, 8, 9, 10, we would go visit and hang out in Shreveport. And my dad went to Louisiana Tech.
Okay. I know
Where is
that's
that?
Reston, I think. Yeah, I think that's Reston.
Is it? Is that? See, I've never even seen where that is. That's not really a big college,
Yeah,
though,
I was
is
about to
it?
say, no. It's a big college.
It
Yeah,
is?
It's in the middle of like nowhere kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he went there.
Okay. Is he an engineer or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an engineer.
That's awesome. Okay.
I realize most people probably don't sit and talk to you when they're. Most people probably don't
We always
talk.
have the most random conversations.
I can also be quiet. My channel's probably thinking, can't she?
That's what they're here for, right?
What's your favorite herb?
I really like moringa.
Okay, and tell us about it.
So moringa is really, really rich in chlorophyll, protein, amino
Oh,
acids.
is that the seaweed?
No, that's sea moss.
Sea
I
moss?
take sea moss too.
Wait, I want to learn about sea moss because I'm thinking about it. Doesn't it help with weight loss?
It does.
Is that because you're just filling all your body and cells with minerals, right? Because doesn't it have like 82 of the 92 minerals?
Yeah, some crazy.
It's kind of like spirulina, right? As far as,
Well,
wait, tell me about sea moss because I'm considering it, but I need to understand what it's going to do for me.
first thing is really, really rich in iodine, so it's good for the thyroid.
Okay.
It helps you lose weight. It's good for energy. Get all your minerals. I mean, sea
Where do
moss
you
is-
get it?
You have to find a person who gets it actually from across overseas.
Right,
So it's not something that's grown in the U.S. or anything like
right.
that.
So there's usually a distributor?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you need to really make sure because people just sell anything.
I know.
They grow in pools and yeah, I like to keep it natural.
Which one do you take?
The Saint Lucia.
Lucia, which is the Bahamas.
Correct.
Yeah.
I like this.
Saint Lucia. So, are you a distributor?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a business where I sell like sea moss and all type of stuff. So it's funny you came in. I plan to go to school and become a naturopathic doctor.
Uh-huh.
So when you said natural health.
Yeah. Well, tell me about, okay, let's go back. I got you off track about CMOS. I do want to learn more about that, but let's go back to moringa. Tell me why you like having moringa in your life. And is it just a capsule?
Nah, it's a plant. So you can get it in all forms. You can make it into a tea. You can make it into capsules.
By the way, push harder because that wasn't a stretch.
Okay. See, but so many people you never really know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right there. That's good. That's a stretch.
Just rich in chlorophyll, protein, amino acids. It has like 7 times more vitamin C than oranges. And
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's really
How much do you take, like daily?
like 2 tablespoons in a smoothie.
Okay. Is it powder? The one you take?
The one that takes the powder. Yes.
Okay, so you put it as, but can you just pour it in your mouth?
If you want to, sure.
With
but it's
water?
probably Cakey.
Okay.
Wouldn't do it.
Because I see the people with the sea moss, okay, that's a stretch. I see the sea moss people take the spoonful.
Yeah. I mean, I just put it in the smoothie.
Uh-huh. It is a gelatinous,
Yeah.
yeah.
Some people can't take it, but it doesn't taste like anything. People drink alcohol, so it's not that bad.
And smoke cigarettes.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a stretch. Oh, good, I'm interested. When I turn everything off, we'll talk about that.
Good for everything, like weight loss, antioxidants.
I mean, I just feel like it's just another way of getting good minerals, because I also take Celtic sea salt,
Okay.
which has 82 of the 92 minerals you need.
Okay.
But I never think you can oversaturate yourself with minerals. Your body will just flush them out if they got too much. You know, if anything, it's good for you, right? We're so devoid of them.
They try to convince us that it's too much, but you can get as many Skittles as you
Wait, who says they're too much?
So I guess you could say in the health, like in classes, we were taught that you can't take too many minerals or you'll have a deficiency or you'll throw your body out.
Oh.
Homeostasis.
Okay, well,
That
that's
doesn't make
interesting.
sense exactly, right?
I think the body's very intelligent
I would think so.
and they know what they need. I'm sure like whatever you take, like just your normal, you know, moringa or whatever, I'm sure it's not gonna, unless you overtake the capsules or the powder or something, maybe, but not if you're just taking a regular dosage. Okay, that's a stretch. So I told my boss about this place. He plays tennis. He's not really my boss, but I worked for him for 15 years, so I'm used to calling him my boss. He's a friend,
Okay.
but his name is Federico,
Okay.
and he said he was calling, I guess yesterday, but he needs to understand, like, if y'all are busy and the phone's ringing, you're not answering it, right? And you get back to the people.
I wasn't here yesterday.
No, not you. I'm not saying you in particular.
Right.
I'm just saying y'all, like right now, y'all are working off of one person here, so there's no way if someone was calling, you wouldn't be answering the phone because you're busy.
Right, see, Sundays, I moved here, so now we're open on Sundays, but before we weren't open on Sundays.
Okay. Well, that's good, because you don't mind working on Sunday. Are you always on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, I was just thinking, Sundays is, by the way, that's not a stretch, you can keep going. Okay, yeah, that's a stretch.
Perfect.
I was just thinking that Sundays is a good day because this is a day when nobody else is in the room. You know, because when you come on a regular day and there's 3 or 4 practitioners doing the beds,
It's a lot going on.
I know, like, yeah, so if you want the privacy and the quiet, you could go a little more for a stretch. Sundays should be my days to come. Plus, I like the fact that you're a natural health guy.
Yeah, you kinda shocked me, caught me off guard with that one.
I felt my friend, I met her through my channel and lives in Houston and she works at a hospital and she's been a nurse for the gastrointestinal tract for a lot of years. And she goes, Lydia, I think you're onto something, you know, about what I'm showing the world, about what's possible. Cause I came up with a new term, you'll enjoy this. It's called sustainable fitness. Okay, why? because you know the word sustainable when it comes to like the green movement, sustainability with like hydroponics and, you know, recycling and, you know, all the aspects like air quality and, you know, battery operating cars, that's all sustainability, because it'll keep us sustainable. However, because you're not using your natural resources, but with fitness, if you're like young and playing basketball, by the time you're 65, you can't, that's not a sustainable
Right.
fitness. That's not something you can do till you're 90.
Right.
But one of the people, are you pulling me up?
I'm about to do one more.
Okay, one of the ladies in our group is 90 years old, and she, what do we do?
Just lift up.
Tell me.
Perfect.
Okay, so my, one of the ladies that I inspired is 90, and she's in Georgia, and her name is Duty, and she saw me bouncing, you know, with my little health bounce, and she's like, oh, I could do that. So she dusted off her rebounder, and she started working out with me, and now she's on day like 50. I'm on day 96, but she's on day 50,
Wow.
and she's like happy and joyful and energetic at 90 years old. So the people that are watching what I do is sustainable fitness. You can do it well into your 90s and
That's
create
awesome, Sarah.
bone
What else going for?
bone density and everything, you know, until you're younger. Oh, that feels good. That's good on my back. I like that. Is that what you're stretching?
That's a really nice turn.
I know. I
like
need
that.
to buy it.
Me
Sustainable.
too. Like ASAP.
I know. The other term I created recently is called microwave mentality. We want everything fast, right? Yeah, we're not used to letting the body do what it needs to do in its time. You can pull me a little more.
What's it called? Instant gratification?
Yeah, instant gratification. But, because I'm telling, okay, that's good. So I was telling my people, as you are in the beginning, are we done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some water in there?
Will you hand me my water?
Hmm?
Because it's alkaline water, by the way. So I was telling my people that we all have this concept where we want it right away, the results. But if you're building bone density and muscles and cells are going to build, so the reason that the rebounder goes and builds these things is because Lydia wasn't moving before. So I didn't need a big, strong structure underneath to carry me through my new levels of fitness. So now that I'm causing my body to do new levels of fitness, first the cells go, oh, we gotta build stronger muscles because she's now requiring us to work harder to carry her big body. So we're building muscle and density first, and then the fat started to change, and you know, so they call that term body recompositioning.
Sounds good.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
Yeah, body, so I'm body recompositioning myself, because now where there was fat, there's now muscle and there's tendon and everything's stronger, and the fat is slowly getting melted away. And so I tell everybody, just be patient, because when you build a house, you build the foundation, the plumbing, the electrical, and the framing before you ever see the pretty windows and the pretty kitchen, you know? So until you build that house, you're not gonna see the results of weight loss or whatever. So I'm just asking everyone, be patient, because I didn't see change for 30 days.
Yeah.
It took 30 days before my clothes started to fit looser. Yeah.
But you have the right idea. You see, like you said, the instant gratification. Most people are obsessed with that, so it leads to them taking creatine and all this stuff, not realizing it takes time.
Right.
It's awesome that you realize that. And you're telling them this too, though. That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they're listening.
They should.
I know. Thank you for my stretch. That was great. I appreciate it. So, y'all, I'm going to wrap it up. Nice chatting with y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed to see what it feels like to stretch your body. That was my stretch session, and I'm going to drink my alkaline water and get dressed, and we'll see you later. Bye, guys.